welcome to game number 10 of the King of the Hill tournament, featuring On Deck Baseball's newest version of the game, On Deck Baseball Pro. Today we have an epic matchup, something that I couldn't have asked for anything better. The 1927 New York AL club is returning for possibly their third win. They would be the first team to reach 3 wins in this tournament, and they're going to be going up against a challenger of 1929 Philadelphia AL. For those of you who do not know about this Philadelphia team, they have the likes of Max Bishop leading off, Mule Haas batting second, and then you get into some of the epic players of this lineup. Mickey Cochran, Al Simmons, batted .365 in 1929, 34 home runs. And then Double X himself, Jimmy Fox, batted .354, 33 home runs. And then he also still got Bing Miller, a .331 average. Jimmy Dykes, Joe Boley, Sammy Hale is going to be playing DH today, because we do have our DH in this tournament. And not only that, with New York coming in for their third game, they are going to be going with their number 3 starter, George Pipgrass, and he is going to be going up against Lefty Grove. Lefty Grove, a 2.81 ERA in 1929. He had a record of 20-6. Not one of his finest seasons, and that's saying a lot considering he had a 2.81 ERA and 20 wins and 170 Ks. But he had some great seasons for Philadelphia. So, that being said, because it is the third game, New York does come in with a little bit of a tired pen. We'll see if we have to get into that. Spoiler alert, last game, New York walked it off with a single by the Sultan of Swat himself. RBI single in the bottom of the 9th to win it. Something unlikely for the 1927 New York Ball Club. There has not been a home run, which is kind of odd. So we'll see if that power stroke comes to them in this game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this one started. Gonna go ahead and switch up these pitchers. Pipgrass. Gonna head to the hill for the first pitch of the game and make up my little chart here. As I mentioned, the pen is a little tired for New York. They do have Wilcie Moore, who came back, as well as Shockey. So they do have some arms in there. We'll see if they're going to need them or not. Alright, so Pipgrass on the hill, and we are going to have Max Bishop leading off. Bishop was their second baseman. The defense up the middle for Philadelphia is very solid. Bishop is a 5 defensive rating at second base. And then you have Boley, who up the middle at shortstop is a 5 also. Their third baseman, Jimmy Dykes, is a 3, so a little weaker on that end, and Fox is a 3 over at first. So the corner's not as strong as defenders as up the middle, but still quite well. So Bishop heading up against Pipgrass. We'll have the first pitch here. And Bishop is a lefty. Pipgrass is a righty, so we're going to be equal on the roll here. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-5 is going to be a pop-out. So pop-out will start the game as Lazari makes the play. Mule Haas coming up. He had a .313 average with 16 home runs in 1929. Great center fielder. He's a lefty as well. It's going to be +2 on this roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 8-8, and looks like we have our first hit of the game, and that's going to be a base hit plus. We're going to see where it goes and see if he tries to stretch it into a double. It goes to center. Combs has a 2-arm, so a 2-arm risking second base. Now we think we're going to stick to a single, and that's going to bring up Mickey Cochran, .331 batting average in 1929, 7 bombs. Cochran as well is a lefty. It's going to be +2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-4 is a flyout, and I will go to left. Bringing up Al Simmons. I mean, really, you don't get much better card than this. He has a 5-5 against lefties and righties, and then you flip it over. A lot of home runs, a lot of doubles. He is a righty, so righty versus righty is going to be +2 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Simmons. Can Philadelphia be the first to get on the board? 7-4. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. That is a fly out to center field, and that is going to do it. So 3 away after 1 base hit. They leave a man on, and here comes Lefty Grove to the mound, taking on Earl Combs. Combs had a solid game last game. He went 4 for 5, 3 runs scored, a double, and a stolen base. I'm going to see if Lefty Grove can solve the Combs riddle. He is a lefty, so it's lefty versus lefty. It's going to be equal on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-4 is a flyout to left field. So flyout to left field will be the first out for New York in the bottom of the first. Mark Koenig coming up. He had a good game as well. 3 for 5, 2 RBIs in the last game. Did strike out once. Switch hitter, batting righty. Is going to be a -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Koenig. 10-1 is a flyout. And that flyout will go to right. And here comes the hero of the last game, the Sultan of Swat himself. 356 batting average, 60 home runs in 1927. Left-handed batter. It's going to be equal on a roll, and it's going to be a pitcher's card. It looks like Lefty Grove's getting the advantage in this at-bat. A 4-3 is a ground out, so he gets Ruth to ground out to first base, as Fox will take it himself. Back over to Philadelphia, and we're going to have Double X coming to the plate. Hall of Famer. I believe he started out with Boston, went over to Philadelphia, really came into his own. He started out as a catcher, actually. And now we have a Fox versus Pipgrass matchup, and he is a righty, so it's righty versus righty, +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Fox. 9-7. Fox leads off the inning with a double. Man on second, nobody out. Bing Miller coming up. He is a righty. It's going to be a +1. Batter's card. 8-6 is a base hit. Fox moves over to third, but he gets the sign to hold up there as we have first and third now with nobody out. Jimmy Dykes coming up. +1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-5 is a flyout, so we have a tagging situation here. Flyout is going to go to left. Musial out and left has a 5-arm for Fox. Is he going to tempt it? 30% chance not. I think we're going to hold there. So we have our first out of the inning. And it is still first and third, 1 away. Joe Boley coming up. The bottom part of this order, Philadelphia, not as strong as the top. So as long as Pipgrass can get through those first 5 or 6 batters, he should be able to get the last 3. Boley is a right-handed batter. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 8-1 is a ground out. Possible double play here. Ground ball goes back to the pitcher, and the pitcher is a 4-fielder to get Miller going to second. And he gets him there. And that is going to be a 1-4 second baseman for New York. Is Lazari. He is a 4-fielder on Boley. And 9, he gets it. So a 1-4-3 double play gets Pipgrass out of the inning without any harm. So after 2 hits, 2 men left on. And we're going to head over to the bottom of the second now with Lou Gehrig coming up. 373 batting average, 47 home runs in 1927. Lefty versus lefty. It's going to be equal. That's going to be a batter's card. 8-4 is a flyout plus. We're going to see where that flyout goes. It goes to right field. We're going to check their fielding. So Bing Miller out in right. He is a 4-fielder. And Gehrig's gap rating is a 5. So it's a +1 on a roll. 6 or above, and we have a base hit. And we do. You add 1 to that 5, it becomes a 6. And we have a base hit for Gehrig, the first hit for the Yankees. Bob Musial coming up. He is a righty, so righty versus lefty here. And it is going to be a +1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-1 is a ground out to shortstop. Shortstop is Boley. He is a 5. We have a double play situation here. Gehrig needs a 5 to reach. He does not get it. It is a 6-4. Second baseman is a 5 as well. Bob Musial trying to reach first. A 2. He does not get it, so a 6-4-3 leads to the second out with Tony Lazzari coming up. Lazzari, a right-handed batter. Going to be righty versus lefty here. It's going to be a -1. That is going to be a pitcher's card. 6-5 is a ground out. Ground out goes to short, 6-3. So that'll do it in the bottom of the second. We're going to head over now to the top of the third. Sammy Hill, the DH, coming up. 277 hitter, had a home run. Not a lot of at-bats. Without a DH in the AL, it's hard for anybody to break into this lineup. So righty versus righty is going to be equal on the roll here. Batter's card. 9-1 is a ground out. And ground out goes to second. Head back to the top of the order. Max Bishop coming up. Pipgrass pitching pretty solidly. And we have a lefty versus righty here. It's going to be a -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-1 is a ground out. For the second out, as the shortstop, Koenig will ship it over to Gehrig at first. 2 away. Muehlhaus coming up. -2 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 4-3 is a ground out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Pipgrass as he gets Haas to ground out to Gehrig for a 3-U to end the inning. We're going to head back over now to the New York Ball Club, bottom of the third. No score here. And Pat Collins coming to the plate. Collins, right-handed batter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be batter's card for Collins. 7-6 is a ground out to shortstop. Grove looks like he's in a groove. Joe Dugan coming up. Dugan had an RBI single in the last game. It's going to be righty versus lefty here. Equal on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 8-2 is a walk. So the Yanks get a base runner with 1 away. And Gazilla, third baseman, coming up. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 10-8. Red 10, blue 8 is a triple. And the New York Ball Club gets on the board first as Dugan will score on that. Gazilla coming through as New York now leads 1-0 with the top of the order coming up. Combs up. Lefty versus lefty, equal on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-1 is a strikeout. 2 away now. Koenig coming up. -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-4 is a flyout to center. That will do it here in the bottom of the third, but the Yanks take the lead as New York scores 1 on a triple by third baseman Mike Gazella. Now coming up in here, the top of the fourth, big part of the lineup, Mickey Cochran will lead things off. Lefty versus righty. It's going to be a +2 on the roll. That's going to be a big time batter's card. 9-1 is a walk, so Cochran will be aboard via the walk, bringing up Al Simmons. Al Simmons, 5 against a right-handed pitcher. It's going to be a +2 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 8-4 is a flyout to right field. Bringing up Double X, man aboard, 1 away. And that is a +1 on a roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Fox. 5-3, though, is a ground out. Possible double play here. Ground ball goes to second base. Second baseman is Lazzari. He is a 4. So 4. Lazzari over to Koenig. Let's see if they get him. They do. That's a 4-6. Koenig over to Gehrig. He is just a 2. Fox not very fast. Let's see if he gets it. An 8. Fox does just beat it out on a fielder's choice 4-6. So still 1 on, but now 2 away as Miller will come up. Right-handed batter, it's -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-1 is a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Pipgrass. And we'll head now over to the bottom of the 4th. Lefty Grove pitching well up until that triple. He's only given up 2 hits. Now we have Babe Ruth coming up. Lefty versus lefty, it's going to be an equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-1, Grove gets the best of Ruth, striking him out. Gehrig now up, it's going to be equal roll as well. Batter's card though for Gehrig. 8-7, we got a base hit. Gehrig now 2 for 2. It is a base hit plus. Let's see where it goes. Goes to right. Miller with a 3-arm. Gehrig's not going to try. As we bring Bob Musial up now with 1 on and 1 out. Righty versus lefty. It's going to be +1. That's a batter's card for Musial. 6-1 is a possible error. This could be big. 10-2 on a base hit to left field. Left fielder is Simmons. We're going to go ahead and find his card and look at the error chart. It's got 3 spots there where it may not be an error. 9, and that is one of them. So good thing there, as an error would have scored a run. But it is a... I'm sorry, error wouldn't have scored a run. There's nobody on. Oh, there is. Gehrig's on, sorry. So it is a base hit. No error. Gehrig will move over to second. It is now first and second with 1 away. Tony Lazzari coming up. And Lazzari is a 3 against lefties. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Lazzari. 8-5 is a base hit. We're playing... we're playing station-to-station ball right now. Our base is loaded. And the catcher, Pat Collins, coming up. And it looks like Lefty Grove is in a little bit of trouble here. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-6. A pop-out to left field. That will not score a run. You can't tag on a pop-out. Joe Dugan coming up. Bases loaded and 2 away. Can Grove get out of this one? It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-2. Looks like he will. Grove strikes out Dugan with the bases loaded as New York leaves 3 men on base. But they still have a 1-0 lead. And we're going to go over to the top of the 5th now. We are going to have to roll on Pipgrass on his first inning. Roll a 7. It's a -2. He is a 2-3. He's going to have to come out of the ball game. And we are now going to the bullpen. Looks like Shockey is going to get the call here. Try and keep these New York players in line for their 3rd win. That would be the first team to do it here in the King of the Hill tournament. He is only a 2 stamina, so he'll only be able to go 2 innings. So we're going to have Jimmy Dykes now coming up. Shockey is a righty, so we're sticking with that. Righty versus righty, it's going to be +1. That is a batter's card for Dykes. 7-7 is a base hit, so Philadelphia strikes right away with a base hit. Man on, and Boley coming to the plate. Righty versus righty, -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-4 is a ground out. Possible double play here. Ground ball goes to third base. Third baseman. Zilla is a 4. That's not good for Dykes. He is out. That is a 5-4. Second baseman Lazzari is a 4 on Boley, and he is out as well. So 5-4-3 double play gets the second out as we have Hale coming up. Hale is a righty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-1 is a ground out. Now we'll do it here in the top of the 5th as a ground out to short will end the inning for Philadelphia. Grove heading into his 5th inning of work. He is a stamina 5, so don't have to worry about rolling on him yet. Gazilla, so far the hero of the game with an RBI triple back in the bottom of the 3rd. It is going to be equal on the roll here. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 10-5 is a base hit. Gazilla seems to have Grove's number here, as he is aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth and the top of the order coming up for New York. Lefty versus lefty as Combs makes his way to the plate. Equal roll. That is a batter's card for Combs. 7-6 is a base hit. First and second now, nobody out. And we are getting into the heart of this New York Murderer's Row. It's going to be a -1 on a roll here. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-2 is a strikeout, 1 away. Sultan of Swat now coming up looking to do some damage. He's 0 for 2 so far in the game. Lefty versus lefty, it's equal. That's a batter's card. 8-7 is a base hit plus. We're going to see where that goes. A base hit goes to center. Center fielder is Haas. It's a 3-arm on anybody advancing. And it looks like Gazelle is going to get the score. The ball is going to come in to hold runners at first and second. And Ruth has an RBI single as New York gets its second run of the ball game, extending their lead by 2. Gehrig now coming up first and second, 1 away. Lefty versus lefty, it's equal. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-2 is a line out, and that line out is to first base. And can Ruth get doubled up here? First baseman is Fox. He's a 3 against the on-base instincts of Ruth, which is a 4. It's a +1. And Ruth gets doubled up off of first base for the final out. Grove getting a little bit of help, but he still falls behind 2-0 in this ball game as New York holds a lead. Shalke coming in for his second inning of work with the leadoff man coming up, top of the order, Bishop. It is an equal roll. That is a pitcher's card. 7-4 is a walk. Bishop is aboard. Let's see, does Bishop want to try and steal? Only a 2 jump. Hold runners is a 2. I think we're going to go for it. He does get the jump. Catcher Collins has a 2-arm, stealing second. A 10, and he's gunned down. Bishop gunned down by Collins for the first out of the inning as he tries to get into scoring position. But Haas will now come up with 1 away, nobody on. Left-handed batter, it's going to be +2 for Haas. That's a batter's card. 3-3 is a ground out. Second base, 4-3. Now coming up, lefty versus righty. It's going to be a +2. That's a batter's card for Cochran. 9-9 is a base hit plus. He's going to probably stay right there. He's not that fast, so we have 2 outs. 1 on for Al Simmons coming up to the plate. He is a righty. It's going to be +2 on the roll. That's a batter's card for Simmons. 5-2, though, is a ground out to end the inning as the threat is over, a 5-3. And now we are going into the bottom of the bottom of the sixth, which means we need to roll on Grove. Pretty good column here, though. A lot of no changes. Roll a 10, that is a change. It's a -1, so he goes down to a 3-3 now. Making it a little bit easier, not that they've had a hard time thus far. Bob Musial coming up. Right-handed batter. It's going to be +2 on the roll now. That's going to be a batter's card for Musial. 5-4 is a ground out to first base. Lazari now coming up. Right-handed batter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's a batter's card. 5-2 is a ground ball plus. We're going to see where that ground ball goes. Goes to third base. Third baseman is going off of his arm to try and get him out. Jimmy Dykes is a 2. 2 on first base here, so I need a 7, 8, 9, or 10 for the out. Get a 6, and that is a gap single in the hole for Lazari as he is aboard with 1 away. Pat Collins coming up. Collins, big play last inning, gunning down Max Bishop trying to steal. And he is a righty, so it's going to be +1. Collins gets the roll. 6-4, though, is going to be a flyout plus to right field. And that is Miller, who is a 4. We're going to look at Collins' gap rating here. who is a 3, so it's a -1 on the roll. Does not get the gap roll, so that's going to be a fly out to right field. And now we have Dugan coming up, 1 on and 2 away. It's going to be +1 on the roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Dugan, 7-4. It is a ground ball plus, so it could be another infield single. Ground ball goes to second base this time. Bishop is a 5, so Dugan's going to need a 1 or a 6. He does not get it, and that is going to be a 4-3 to end the inning as we head over to the top of the 7th. Now Shockey is going into his 3rd. I think we're going to have to remove him. We're going to go ahead and bring in Wilcie Moore, who has a 3 stamina. He should be able to close out the ball game, assuming New York maintains this lead. Moore is a much better pitcher, as he is a 4-5 respectively against lefties and righties. So now we have Fox leading off, top of the 7th. Fox is a righty, so it's righty versus righty, -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. And Moore gets his first K of the ball game. Bing Miller now coming up. He's 1 for 2. -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 10-4 though is a walk as Miller reaches with nobody, sorry, 1 out. And that's going to bring up Jimmy Dykes. He is a righty. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-7 is a base hit. Miller can chance it. See where it goes. Goes to left field. Musial with that 5 arm. He's not going to chance it. Boley now coming up. 2 on and 1 out. Men at first and second. Righty versus righty. -3. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-2 is a ground out to third base. Third baseman is Gazella. He is a 4 for Dykes on a possible double play here. 8 is safe. We do not get that. So a 5-4, and second baseman Lazari is a 4 on the turn here. A 9 is an out, so a 5-4-3. The third, I believe third. Nope, just a second double play turn for the Yankees. But that will end the inning as we now go to the bottom of the 8th. We're going to have to roll again here on Grove. We're going to go ahead and take that chance. 9 is a -2. Ouch, he is now just a 1-1. He has to face 1 batter. He's going to most likely come out. That 1 batter is going to be Gazilla, who is 2 for 2 against him so far. It is a +3 on the roll. That's still going to be just a pitcher's card. 10-6, though, is a base hit. Gazilla getting another base hit against Lefty Grove. And I think we are going to have to pull Grove now if they're going to stay in this ball game. So Grove will come out. Unfortunately for Philadelphia, they do not have a strong pen. Bill Shores will come in. He can go 3 innings, but he's just a 2-3 respectively against lefties and righties. We'll see how this goes. But it's looking good for New York here to become the first team for 3 victories. With a man on, Earl Combs now coming up. +3 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 10-3 is a ground out. Sneaking in a ground out there. Ground out to third. And we have a possible double play. Third baseman Dykes is a 3 on Gazilla. And Gazilla gets there. That is a 5-4. Second baseman Bishop is a 5. Going to see if Combs can beat this one out. A 7, he does not. So a failed double play will put men at first and second, and nobody out. Koenig coming up now. Switch hitter would be batting lefty. It's a +1 on a roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Koenig. 2-2 is a strikeout. First out. Ruth coming up now, 1 away. 2 men on. Left-handed batter is +3. That's going to be a batter's card for Ruth. 3-3 though, he strikes out. And Gehrig coming up now. First and second, 2 away. He is a +3 as well. Batter's card for Gehrig. 9-4 is a flyout plus. Possible hit in the gap here to right field. Miller is a 4. Gap rating, I think, is a 5. Yep, so it's a +1 on a roll. And he does not get it. Shores gets out of the inning. That's big if Philadelphia is going to come back. Moore still in the game here. Going to be Sammy Hill coming up to the plate. Right-handed batter. It's going to be -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-2 is a line out to third base. Going back to the top of the order now. Max Bishop, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a caught stealing. Left-handed batter, it's -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-4 is a ground out. Second base, 4-3. 2 away now. Mule Haas coming to the plate. Left-handed batter, it's equal. Pitcher's card for Moore. 10-9, though, is a double. Haas getting aboard with putting himself in scoring position as Mickey Cochran will come to the plate. Equal roll. That's a batter's card. Can Philadelphia come back here? 7-3 is a walk. Well, that puts men at first and second, 2 away. And Al Simmons coming up, dangerous hitter, as New York is in trouble here. To equal roll, that's going to be a pitcher's card. Nothing kills a rally more than a pitcher's card. That's going to be a ground out to second base for the final out of the inning. Heading now over to the bottom of the 8th. Shores still in. Musial coming to the plate. He is a right-handed batter. It's going to be +1. That's going to be a batter's card. 10-2 is a flyout to left. Lazzari now, 1 away. +1 on a roll. That's a batter's card for Lazzari. 7-5 is a walk. So Lazzari is aboard for the 3rd time. 2 singles and a walk as Pat Collins will come to the plate. -1. Pitcher's card. 10-6 is a base hit. It's going to move Lazzari over to second, and Dugan will come on with 1 away and 2 on. -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Dugan. 6-5 is a ground out. Possible double play here. Ground ball goes to third base. Dykes is a 3. 3 on Collins. He is out. 5-4, and Bishop is a 5 on Dugan, and he is out as well. 5-4-3 double play gets him out of the inning, and we head to the top of the 9th. New York is up 2-0. Philadelphia with their last possible outs here. Jimmy Fox coming to the plate against Wilcie Moore. -1, that's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-1 is a line out to short. Bing Miller now coming to the plate. Philadelphia down to their last 2 outs. Going to be a -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-6 is a base hit. So Miller gets on base for the 3rd time with a base hit. That's going to bring up Jimmy Dykes. 1 away, 1 man on. -1 on a roll here. Pitcher's card. 9-1 is a situation. Our first situation of the game. Find my chart here. So we'll go ahead and roll on a situation matrix here. 3-2 is to the center fielder. And we'll roll 1 die here. A 7. Center fielder chases after short fly ball hit by batter. If center fielder's defense rating plus roll is less than 6, the center fielder makes a great play. Otherwise, typical outcome, playing out for a single. Alright, so Center fielder is Combs. He is a -3 on defense. We'll roll it. That goes down to a 5. So he makes the play. Center fielder tries to double up lead runner, which is Miller. Arm plus runner's speed is less than 6. So Miller is a 3. Plus Combs' arm is a -2, so that's a +1 on a roll. That's going to be an 8. Less than 6, so he retreats back safely. It isn't out, though. Fly out to center and 2 away with Boley coming up. Right-handed batter, it's -3. It's going to go down to a pitcher's card. 10-4, that is going to do it as a ground ball to end the game right back to the pitcher, 1-3. As New York becomes the first team to 3 wins in the King of the Hill tournament, defeating 1929 Philadelphia by a score of 2-0. Gazilla with a RBI triple and Ruth with an RBI single are the players of the game here, as they are the ones that got the scoring going. Lefty Grove pitched a pretty good game, but giving up those 2 runs put himself in the hole. We're going to go ahead and do our stats here as Grove goes 6+ innings, taking the loss. Shores a no decision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits against Grove. 2 runs, both earned. 1 walk. 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts, facing 9. 18, 27 batters. No home runs allowed. Shores came in, pitched 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, a walk, no runs. Striking out 2 while facing 8 batters. And now for New York, Pipgrass will take the victory. Shockey, a no decision, will give Moore a 9-out save. 4 innings pitched for Shockey. 4 for Pipgrass, 2 for Shockey, 3 for Moore. Pipgrass giving up 1, 2, 3 hits, no runs. No pitchers gave up any runs here. 1 walk given up by Pipgrass. He struck out 1 and faced 15 batters, no home runs. Shockey giving up 2 hits, 1 walk, didn't strike out any, and faced 7 batters, while Moore closed out the game, giving up 3 hits, walking 2, striking out 1, and facing 13 batters. So that will do it. New York advances. They will take on a team at random for their 4th game, see if they can win 4 in a row. But the 27 New York Ball Club on the bats of the unlikely Mike Gazilla, who had 3 hits in the game, all against Lefty Grove. And of course, you had Ruth coming through with an RBI single. So thank you for joining me. That was game number 10 of the King of the Hill tournament featuring On Deck Baseball Pro. I hope you join us for game 11 as New York 1927 will take on another challenger to see if they can get to their 4th victory of the tournament. Thanks again. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. It all helps these videos gain an audience and get the name of the game, On Deck Baseball, out there. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.